Hi, welcome to IBC 2018. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News. I'm here with Sascha Prüter, Chief Product Officer of Vewd. Sascha?
Thanks for stopping by.
Been a very interesting year and a very interesting IBC. In fact, we're probably seeing a lot of interesting dynamics about quality, delivery, and also the advent, or the real advent of Android TV. How have you seen how things are going?
You can hardly walk around anywhere without seeing products for Android TV, companies embracing it. We are standing in front of a demo of Vewd for Android TV. But also in general, if you see the kind of energy here, like you have lots of OTT players here, you have Amazon there, you have Facebook here, you have Google there, and in general it's a very dynamic ecosystem. I think it's exciting, and I think it's not a sudden surprise that this year Android TV exploded and became popular. I think it's a very continuous development over the last few years.
You're right, Vewd is definitely within an ecosystem. However, one of the dynamics we're seeing is a battle between the retail and the pay TV. Who's going to be the winners and the losers?
I don't see it necessarily as a battle between the two of them. I think there are lots of synergies between the two. Like one of the things we are doing with Vewd is basically giving a framework to both that works for both the pay TV industry as well as smart TV OEMs. I think actually over the next few years we will see a lot more of the pay TV business trying to focus on retail devices. So I think the two of them will actually, out of necessity, get a lot closer.
So what's that meant with your customers? What different problems are they coming to you with? What are they needing to solve now that they've never done in the past?
Yeah, I think one aspect is, for example, what I mentioned earlier, the intersection of traditional broadcast TV, pay TV, cable, satellite, terrestrial distribution of linear TV, and the standards that come with that, the regulations that come with that. Like, for example, for years we are providing things like the broadcast integration, HBB TV stack to smart TV OEMs. We have a demo here with, for example, Freeview Play certified on Vewd devices for the UK market. So very traditional integration of broadcast TV, but then bringing in the Netflixes, the YouTubes, the growing ecosystem of OTT players. And it's not only having the big global names, I mentioned YouTube and Netflix, but in every region you go to, there are local players, right? You can't go into India without having Hotstar, right? You can't go into Germany without having Maxdome and Amazon Video. And so I think what we have done over the years is building this application and metadata catalog and the distribution agreements for those, that we can help pay TV operators as well as smart TV OEMs to get this out there. While having all these apps is great, but it also has a tax on your hardware cost, right? As a pay TV operator, suddenly my set-top box needs to be more powerful. Suddenly my set-top box needs to support all of these different video codecs. I have to kind of negotiate this in the world of different chipsets. And that's where we are helping as well, where we have products like Vewd Go, like a turnkey for OTT, or Vewd Atom, which is really targeted to repurpose legacy set-top boxes for the OTT world.
How key is Atom? Because again, you're going to be working with, say, the balance of pay TV and retail. Is this really the star of the show here at IBC?
I think I see it as one of the as an important stepping stone in the overall product portfolio, right? As for a lot of pay TV operators in cost-sensitive markets can't just afford to replace all the set-top boxes out there. But they are already thinking about what's next, right? They do have a plan for what might the next set-top box be. What we are trying to do is help them along the way of, we have something for you for your existing population. We can upgrade your existing legacy set-top box without cloud rendering and get you some of these applications, even on your legacy population, like boxes that are 5-6 years old. But we also have something for you that is maybe your next step, right? Because you're on the verge of introducing 4K, or you want to have them make the next step and you have your next set-top box already planned. And all of that is together on one technology stack, and one management interface. So you don't have to manage completely assorted technology stacks, because OpEx in this complex world of managing broadcast, pay TV encryption, OTT apps, and sourcing that content in, like the operational cost for operators and actually smart TV OEMs as well, is becoming increasingly high while margins are going down. So we are really trying to, with Vewd OS, Vewd Cloud, and new products like Vewd Atom, to kind of help them lower that cost and still get the consumer what they're looking for.
It seems this year the conversation's more about solving a business problem and monetization. Is that fair to say? It's not just all about technology.
I absolutely agree. I think the technology oftentimes is, especially at IBC, because we are all a little bit geeky, is a little bit overstated. I think the consumer doesn't care, right? They don't care if their interface is running on a Linux box, an Android box, a Tizen TV. Like, they just want the content they want. And for the content providers and the manufacturers, I think the big question for the future is, what's the economic model? How can they actually monetize this? We are showing some solutions here, for example, we work together with Google Ad Manager on showing how we can facilitate dynamic ad insertion on smart TVs. We have here a demo that we did with the BBC on content injection and second screen synchronization. I think monetization is a key question, and I think you're right, it's maybe not as visible as it maybe should be.
Going forward, and with all this technology in the plan, what are the different things that customers you think will ask you over the next year? What's the next stage?
I think one of the key things for consumers right now is there's more and more content available from more and more sources. So it starts to get very confusing. I think actually the OTT world coming into the TV field is amazing for consumers because they have access to so much more content. It motivates content providers to really invest in the quality of content. This is great. But also it gets very confusing, right? I might have some content still from linear TV and a guide. I have some content inside the Netflix app where the usage is completely different than the YouTube app or the Amazon app behaves. I might like a show, but I don't know in which app it is available. So I think over the next few years we will see a big push around search and discovery. So basically, how do I guide the user to the content they want? I think voice integration is a big piece of that, and being able to actually deliver the metadata that powers those experiences is a major thing. Looking more at the B2B side, looking at, for example, the OEMs, I think what they are looking for is differentiation. How can a smart TV manufacturer still get their brand through and differentiate from their competition when it comes to smart TV UIs and the offering they have? And that's what we are offering them.
And that's the message you've got to the OEM community. You'll deliver.
Yep, exactly.
And we look forward to seeing that over the year. Sascha, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.